Hello everyone. Let's see. Can you see me? Yes. Good. Hey Azriel, my favorite Az is real. I don't know. Hey Mats, nice to see you as well. I don't know if you can tell, but I had a little accident. I have a boom hanging up here. And when I came into the studio just a little while ago, everything had just fallen down. And there was just like lamps and stuff everywhere. But I don't think you can see any lamps, right? No, I think I got it working. Nice to be back, and it's nice to see everyone here. Let's see if I can get this working. There we go. I thought about practice, and I thought about why we practice. Like, why do we do this? What is it really that we're after? And I've had some very interesting conversations, and I think last time I mentioned I'm trying to find a way to kind of frame what it is that I'm trying to help people with, or what I'm trying to help myself with also. Like, well, what is it that we do? And the phrase that came to mind was your life isn't broken. Your life isn't broken, but your story is. Meaning that we get so attached to the story that we call me and all the attachment that goes with it. And the way people think of fixing that is many times, oh, we fix the story, but they don't realize that life is here the whole time. And if you were here the last time we did the guided meditation, we went from feeling I think we focused on what did we focus on? I think the past or something. Yeah, the idea of needing to be somewhere else. And then we went back to just being and experiencing, and you could really feel the shift, the difference, how like when you constrain yourself to feeling something other than being here, it's painful. And it really is that simple, but that's so counterintuitive, because everyone believes that if I can just have these things that I need to have to be happy, then I'll be happy. But the idea that you could just feel good for no specific reason doesn't make sense. And it's difficult to even understand how to do that. I realized it a lot myself. Like I said, I'm going through quite a rough patch at work and everything around. And how it's so easy to get into the mood where like, oh no, I'm feeling bad now. Yeah, I forget I'm feeling bad. No, wait a minute, I don't need to feel bad. And then you kind of go back and forth between that. Let's see, as you say, I was also thinking, Martin, what you could do is stream one of your videos and have a live discussion afterwards, like some streamers do. That's a nice idea. They have you're right. That's what do they call it? Live, it's called something, live premiere, I think it is. Absolutely. I'll do that. I have some video ideas that are going to come soon. It's just that life is so busy right now. I simply don't have the time to make videos, and I really want to. There's just no time. But it will come. I'll do that, Azrael. I like that. That's a good idea. So people could comment and ask questions, and you could answer. Yeah, that's actually really nice. I never thought about that's what it is, but that's true. Hey, Stephen. Happy Thanksgiving. Oh, is that today? Happy Thanksgiving to you, too. Did you eat any turkey? Did you pardon any turkeys? So yeah, life isn't broken, but your story is. What does that mean to you? Like, why are you in pain? Have you thought about this, and have you thought about why it is? Or actually, have you thought about how to fix it? Because that's the main thing. Everyone who comes here has some kind of pain. Like, all of us has pain, and I think every human being has pain. It's just a matter of how we deal with it. For some people, it's not so in your face and it doesn't bother them. But a lot of people who turn to meditation, spirituality, and all of the stuff we do here, they carry a lot of grief and pain inside of them that they're trying to heal or to figure out what to do with. You see, as you say, I think it was you who talked about sausage cutting. I tried it this week. Very interesting. Just focusing on a moment by moment. Yeah. So one of the ways you can do it is doing sausage slicing with your awareness. You just focus on now, and you forget everyone else, everything else. You basically forget that you exist, because if you just focus on what's happening in this slice of now, you don't need to deal with. You see, in my life right now, if I focus on my story, it would be, okay, I have work that's disappearing, and I have these things here, like my home, my family, where we live, and they require certain things to continue to be here. Otherwise, well, they will be here, just they won't be mine. So if I focus on the story, then all of a sudden there's this feeling, okay, I am here, and into the future, if the future doesn't pass in a specific way, I will feel pain because I would lose the house. And eventually if I lose the house, I might lose the wife and I might lose the children. Like, I don't think I would do that, but I'm just saying. Like, it's easy to feel something that hasn't happened. But if you start slicing just now, so like if you just put your awareness, and we did this last meditation also, I think, if you just feel now, and then you feel now, and then you feel now, then all of a sudden you can look over there and say, oh, there's going to be a loss of income over there. And instead of being like, it's so overwhelming, I need to do all these things, you just, okay, what do I need to do now? Well, right now I'm sitting here, so I don't need to do anything. Well, what about now? Well, I'm still sitting here and I don't need to do anything that has to do with it. What about now? Oh, there's some people here. Well, I can talk to them. What about now? Oh, someone's writing something. What about now? Oh, that's real world. And then you just do one step at a time and you just focus on now. And by doing that, you cut away the perspective of time, because time is real. It's just that our perception of time is completely skewed and weird and not at all what time is. One way of thinking about time is thinking of, you have space where we exist. So we exist in space, right? It's like X, Y, and Z. I don't know which ones are which, but anyway, X, Y, and Z. And then you have time, which is like a tangent that just everything happens on that axis. So it's like space exists on the timeline of time. But we feel, and then you're like, it would be the comparison to feeling like my hand is here and everywhere at the same time, instead of seeing like the hand is just here. With time, we see like, oh, I'm here and over there and over there and over there, and we feel everything instead of just being here, 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 here. Space just evolves in this never-ending moment of here. Very much like the hand evolves in this ever-ending moment of just this space. In that moment, ever-ending space of like just here. It's just here. And now it's over here, and I move it here. It's like that. With time, it's the same thing. We're here, and then we're here, and then we're here. But we feel like we are all of this. And when you collapse that like that, the sense of self disappears, because there's nothing there. It's just now. And that's when you start seeing things so clearly. And life is much more enjoyable like that, because you don't need to have this pressure with like needing things to be a certain way. And you can still enjoy it so much more, because all of a sudden everything is enjoyable and nice when you don't have a relationship to it. It's just there. You don't need to protect it. You don't need to feel bad about it. You don't need to do anything. It's just there. And you can enjoy it, and you can still protect it, but you don't need to protect it. You don't need to do anything. It is. And you can choose what to do. Do you want to go to work? Well, go to work. Do you not want to go to work? Don't go to work. But there are consequences. If you don't go to work, you don't get any money. And if you don't get any money, well, either you have to find something else to do, which might be a good idea, or you lose whatever things you have. And eventually, if you don't do that, you won't get any food. And if you don't get any food, eventually you'll die. But there's not the drama involved on that. It's just, what do I do now? What do I do now? It's just choices. Choices on this tangent axis of space and time. Yes, I think what made this crazy Kundalini movement in my cheekbones so annoying is I was watching it twist and dance around all over the place. Whereas when I'm doing sausage cutting, it is just, it's just happening moment by moment. Like photographs rather than a crazy overexciting. Yes, I actually think about that sometimes. It's almost like you're showing a photo and then a photo and then a photo and then a photo, and you're doing it really, really quickly, which is what a film is, right? They're just showing lots of photos very, very quickly, so you can't see the individual photos. And it feels to us like we're actually seeing movement, but you're not. You're seeing lots of images going. You can cut one of those images and it's just still. But put them together quickly enough and it appears like it's something it's not. That's actually good, what do you call that, parallel, a analogy. Because the movie doesn't exist. I mean, it's not movement, it's just images, but we think that it is a movement. It's the same with time. Well, that's actually really good, Asriel, because time feels like it's a movie. But if you would just really look at each slice is just separate, like photos that are creating this sense of time. And when you take that away, all the drama disappears. It's like watching a movie and like, oh, there's all these things happening. But then you just watch a picture and it's like, oh, I feel so calm. It's so still. Look, they're all just there. It's just this thing. Oh, look, here's the next picture. And everything is just there. No drama, no tension, no fear. It's just there. And then there's another picture. And then there's another picture. And then there's another one. Oh, it's fun to discover. Oh, look how beautiful it is. Because you're not sitting, ooh. You're really able to see every single picture clearly. I should write this stuff down. It's like, this is good stuff. Very interesting. Yeah, that's basically what happens. And it's something you can do with your own awareness when you're observing this, to just feel moment by moment instead of spreading yourself out. Just experience now, and then now, and then now. It's a great way to tackle when things are difficult, how to handle these overwhelming emotions, or the movie seems so real, but it's not. Anything else anyone has had on their mind with... anyone else have any reflections on this? Because Azrael brought up a really good point, how we can stop this quite easily, and it's easy to do temporarily, but it's difficult to do long term. And the way that you do it long term is by focusing or building what I call emotional awareness, meaning throughout the day being aware of how much are you distorting towards things, or basically how far away are you from feeling good throughout the day. Like right now, like if you close your eyes and you feel, how do you feel right now? I feel kind of calm. I feel a little bit up. I had a conversation before with lots of information and thoughts, and that's kind of echoing in some way, and it's letting go, and now it's here, and it's like I feel like I'm extremely tired and worn after the last few weeks, and I can feel that tiredness, but I feel pretty good. So, yeah, my body is tired, but I feel right now, at least, I feel pretty good. And just continuously looking at how are you feeling right now will help you find the moments when something happens and you go, because you feel like this and like, oh, everything's going well, and then all of a sudden someone gives you a phone call and you go, I feel bad. And you're like, wait. Let's rewind time a little bit and just see what happened there. What was that? Why did you start feeling bad from here all of a sudden? And then you can go in and have a look at that and see, is this something that's reasonable? Maybe it was that you saw an image of you found out that your favorite soccer team lost a match. And like, why would you feel bad? Like, you were having a good time and it was nice, and then all of a sudden now you're choosing to feel bad because they didn't win. Like, why? Why would you do that? I started trying to noticing distortions. Quite difficult to do this. Yeah, I think another way of looking at it is feel like emotional awareness. Like, how are you? What's your emotional state like? That's another way of looking at distortions, and always lean towards feeling good. Because then if you constantly throughout the day, that's the whole reason behind the meditations, is to train your awareness, so that you throughout the day can be aware, how am I feeling right now? What's going on? And then just seeing that. Not needing to change anything, but just feel that, and then see, okay, I'm feeling bad. Okay, why? Oh, I'm feeling bad because this and this or that happened. And then turning back towards feeling good. Can you do that even though this thing is happening? And every time you do that, so maybe it's just an easy thing, like you spill over a glass of water and like, oh, you feel bad. And you notice from feeling good to feeling bad. And then you see like that bad feeling caused you to get angry at your child or your partner or people around you. And like, wait a minute, this is not nice. Like, rewind that. Okay, this was the point that it happened. And then if you're in that moment, like maybe you said something in anger to your partner, like, oh, why'd you do that? So stupid of you. And you could see that he or she was hurt. And then you go, I'm not going to apologize. But if you would actually see, hey, I felt good. I chose to feel bad because something happened, instead of just going to the sink, taking a rag and just cleaning it up. And then try saying like, oh, I'm sorry, I overreacted a little bit. Like, that was nothing serious. And seeing how the self goes like, no, I'm not going to do that. That's terrible. Like, I can't give up because I'm right. They're terrible people for doing this. You don't have to say sorry, but it's the idea of giving up this, like, I am so important. It needs to be how I need it to be. And by having emotional awareness throughout the day, being aware what your emotional state is, that is easier to do. Still, it can be really tough, and sometimes we get so overwhelmed by all these difficult things happening around us or inside of us, and we're just in a bad mood, and it seems impossible, and that's okay. You don't need to change it now. You don't even need to change it tomorrow. You're just aware of it, and you're doing your best. And then you notice, oh, there's a little light and glimmer here. And you see that you couldn't feel good before, but there's something here. And like, oh, grab a hold of that. Make that bigger. Like, enlarge it. Make that more pervasive. Make them more you. And then try to feel that more. Not pushing, not craving, not pulling. It just allow that to expand. And then all of a sudden, that really difficult feeling will start puttering, like, what do you call it? Like, just disappearing. And then you go throughout the day and it feels good, and then something else comes in and like, oh, this thing. And by doing this, you realize how incredibly easy it is for us to feel bad, how little it takes to offend us, how little it takes to destabilize us from feeling good to feeling angry or upset. And I know, it's not as easy as it sounds, but it is as uncomplicated as it sounds. It really is. It's just that you need to look at it, feel it, and allow yourself to feel it, especially when you're doing something that would be considered bad, like when we're being mean towards someone, or we're having a conflict with someone. That's when most of the time we don't want to look at that, because I'm right and they're wrong, and when we have our views and ideas, and it can be really difficult to let that come up and let go of it. Yeah. I I could go to sleep. Does anyone have any, but by the way, I'm looking forward to this conversation also. Does anyone have any thoughts or ideas on this that you'd like to share? Because I feel my mind is just, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Hopefully it made some kind of sense. As is asking, Martin, do you believe in the subconscious, or are our motivations and emotions always available to us if we look? I think the subconscious for many people is actually the distortions. So when that have like a thought pattern. So subconscious for me, I haven't thought about this before, but when you say it, yeah, the subconscious is basically deep distortions that are there. So you have this feeling of I'm a bad person, and you walk around with that. I'm not worthy of love, or I'm whatever it is you're distorting towards the world because someone didn't accept me or something. That's part of your subconscious. So whenever you walk around, that's the feeling of you is I am not worthy. That's the sense of self. And it comes from the center point of view and how you're pushing and distorting towards the world around you. You don't need to do this consciously. That's happening all the time. That's why when you're developing emotional awareness, in a way you're accessing the subconscious, I guess. Because that's always there. It's just very subtle. And when something comes at you, it gets hit up and you start distorting. And people are so focused on thoughts that they think the thoughts are the be-all, have-all kind of, it's actually the feeling. So I think the subconscious, I haven't thought about this before, but the subconscious is probably the distortions that we're not so aware of. And they get triggered when you experience certain things and you say, oh, that was subconsciously. No, it was a distortion you had, a relationship you had to a thing that started a feeling, and that feeling then gave you a thought, oh, I don't like this person. And we think it's but it's actually a distortion you have, because without that, those things wouldn't come up. So I think the subconscious disappears if you would be completely non-centric. I don't know, because I'm not. I'll tell you when I get there. Because I never know how I actually feel. I can't locate it. No, it doesn't have a location when you look at it. It's just a vibe, kind of. Happy Thanksgiving, JVB. Nice to have you here. Is it actually Thanksgiving like on this day, or is that in the weekend? Or like I was an exchange student in Louisiana in 1996, and I remember Thanksgiving. No, do I remember Thanksgiving? I know there's Thanksgiving, but I cannot remember when it was. What did we do for Thanksgiving? 96, that's like 29, that's a lot of years ago. It's today. Okay, yeah, it is. I thought it was. So it's not that it's always on a weekend. It's an actual date that it always comes back on. I think it's only an American thing. I mean, isn't Thanksgiving the like way back with the settlers and something? I don't remember the history of this Thanksgiving. So yes, it's only an American thing. I've never heard of it outside of America. And I think it has to do with or is it a Christian thing? Someone will look it up. Hi, Catherine. Nice to see you. Yes, it is Thanksgiving news. Canada is in October. Oh, okay. Is it the same thing, Catherine? Like the Canadian Thanksgiving, or is that something else? Do you also kill turkeys and pardon them? I mean, it's a nice idea. I mean, being thankful for things. It's nice. Wow, I was barely developing a conscience. 1996. But how old are you, JBB? Like, I was an exchange student. 1996. I graduated from high school in America. So how old would I have been then? 96. I'm born 78. I was 86, 17? 16? No, 17. I don't know. It's a long time ago. I'm old. Like, I realize that now when I talk to people like, oh, you're 50? Like, I'm going to be 50 soon. That's crazy thinking about. It's, yeah. Time goes so quickly. And I really... that's also something when we think about... We were talking about time and perspective. You create so much time and so much pressure towards your past, and it creates this identity, and it makes it more difficult to let go of that because you've had a lot of time to build that up. But when you do let go of it, it really makes you feel young. I mean, I don't feel like I'm 47. My body does feel like it's 47. I have a lot of aches and pains. You might not think it, but I do. And yeah, life is difficult from that perspective, but I feel very young and I feel very happy. I don't know for sure, Catherine is saying, but Canada celebrates Thanksgiving on the day the U.S. calls Columbus Day in early October. Oh, yeah, I guess you have a common history in that way, even though you're separate countries. But I think it is an American thing, as in North American thing, that has to do with the settlers or something like that. We'll have to look that up and share it. You were 3 in 96. Yeah, I'm a little bit older than you. I win. My daughter has that. It's very important for her. Who's the old? Oh, I remember that. When you were younger and you're like, oh, I can barely remember. But I know that you wanted to get older the whole time. Like, oh, imagine when I'm 7, then my daughter's going to turn 7 soon. And it's like, oh, it's going to be so fun. Like, oh, it's so big. But I want to become 8 because when you're 8, then you can do this. Oh, I want to become 18 because then you can drive a car. And they're like, I want to become 21 because then you can buy out. Actually, in Sweden, you can buy when you're, I think, 18. Or do you need to be 21? 20. I think 20. I don't actually know. Maybe you need to be 20 to buy alcohol. Yeah, I think you do. So you need to be 20 and then you look for it. But then after 20, it's like there's no point. You don't need to grow any older than that. Just stop there. And then we get older, it's kind of like, okay, now I don't want to grow old. And then after a while, it just goes so fast, you have no idea what's happening. It's, yeah, it's funny how time flows. And how, again, this thing changes. But if you look at it and really think about how we're just experiencing lots of nows, it's really, there's no difference between now and now 30 years ago. It's just that now it's different. But when you link in the identity and the feeling of me, it's like, oh no, I'm old. I'm 30 years older and I'm 30 years closer to dying. And then all of a sudden there becomes stakes and tension and drama and all of that. But if you could just experience now, just like this, life becomes very easy. And you could even, like Stephen do, just like erase your like this. I don't like this one. Okay, take that one away. In a way, that's what you're doing when you stop thinking so much about the past. Some people have some of these photo slides on this movie from the past that are really ugly, especially when they're put together. Like if it's just one person standing there, and there's one person standing there, and they're saying, there's nothing happening there. But when you put them together, all of a sudden someone says, oh, your hair looks like shit. You're never going to have nice hair. And that caused you to feel bad about your hair for the rest of your life. In US, we need to be 21 to buy or consume alcohol, but we have to be 18 to serve it to others. So many rules, yeah. Stephen, how do we prevent ourselves from being too self-critical when we are constantly looking at ourselves for distortions? I think it's just a matter of, it is just a matter of seeing when you're doing this. So I'll give you an example. I was saying how someone said something and it made you feel bad. I have a funny story. When I was, I think 17, 18. No, I hadn't been in America, so I think I was 18. We were at a party at a friend's place, and he had his own apartment, and he was dating an older girl who had driver's license. So we probably weren't 18 yet. Maybe it was before. I think it was 16. Yes, it was, because I hadn't went away yet. I was 16, and we went to a party at a guy. He had his own apartment, really cool. And he had a girlfriend who was 18 or 19, so she drove a car, and she had picked him up at school, like before he came to high school. She was probably even older. It was funny. And we didn't have telephones then, but we had cameras, and we had to do what we call in Sweden mona, which is like you stand towards the camera and you pull down your pants and show your ass. And we were all these guys doing that, and we pulled down our pants and took a photo. And then his girlfriend with one of her friends had looked at that photo, and they said like, oh, he has a cute ass, and they were pointing at me. So my entire life, I always thought, I have a pretty good looking ass. Like, it's a nice ass. Like, from that thing, 2 girls in high school, well, no, they were older. They must have been, maybe they were like 18, 19, 20. We're looking at a photo of us showing our bums, and then from that, they said, oh, he has a cute ass. The rest of my life, I believed, oh, I have a nice ass. Just because of that little thing. That's insane. Now imagine if they would have said like, oh my goodness, his ass looks so fat. It's so like disgusting. Ew, look at all that hair. What would that have done to me? Or what does it do to you when you look at like all the stuff we look on social media and we compare ourselves to them, how we think we should look? Or someone says something. It's incredible how easy we can take on the opinions and the distortions of others and make that a part of ourselves. And I laugh about it. I talked to my girlfriend about this. I've told her many times. I've talked about it, how it's crazy that little thing shaped my view of my body because of what 2 girls had said. Quite literally 30 years ago. So it's important to be aware of how you're... I'm not going to say think about yourself, but feeling about yourself. If you go around feeling... oh, I'm disgusting, I'm bad, I'm fat, whatever, like you think about yourself. That's not a healthy thing to do. And it doesn't create a happy life. That doesn't mean if you're severely overweight that you should just go like, oh, body positivity, I'm happy, I'm so overweight, it's good. I like being fat, I like being really obese. Like, no, like you should do something about that because severe obesity is not a good thing. It's very difficult to feel good when your body is strained so much. It's so much easier when your body is healthier. And having a reasonable weight is really helpful for that. Comparison is the thief of joy. Comparison is the thief of joy. Yeah, it absolutely does kill joy. Yeah, so how to prevent ourselves from being too self-critical when we're constantly looking at ourselves for distortions. I would say just instead of focusing on... This is the thing it always comes back to. And this is the thing that was so much easier, that I had an advantage when I was a monk, and it gave me something that most people don't have, is that I never cared about the outcomes, meaning I didn't care about my career, didn't care about my looks, didn't care about what people thought about. Actually, I did, from the perspective of being a monk, but not the other things. And I could let go of all of those things and just say the only thing I care about is how I feel about things, how I distort about things. And I want that to be as smooth and soft as possible. And it took a while before I realized that I also needed to make it enjoyable and a feeling of appreciating the world around me. Like I talked about Plum Village, was where I learned that, how they really focus on the enjoyment and the appreciating of how beautiful nature is and how beautiful it is to be alive. So don't focus on the actual looks, but focus on how you feel, and see that you're hurting yourself, and then just stop doing that because it's dumb. It's like it's not a nice thing to do. But we believe, oh no, I'm going to make myself get in perfect shape and then I will feel good about myself. Then I'll get all the chicks and all the boys and like it'll be so cool. Because we're so focused on the outcome. And I love this discussion. By the way, this weekend on Sunday, I'm hoping we'll do the... I have to talk to Marlene first, but I'm hoping we can do the group coaching call. I will send a message in the Discord app. It will have to be half an hour earlier, I think. So then normally we do 3 p.m. Central European time. I think now it will actually have to be 2:30 p.m. or maybe 2:40. We'll see. Because Marlene has a class and I can't leave the kids alone right now. So yeah, we'll see. We see what happens. But I'll try to have it this Sunday if it's possible to make it work. Noise today is box breathing day and Thanksgiving Day at the same time. It's boxing breathing day. For those of you who don't recognize it, it's a technique of breathing where we breathe in for 4, hold our breath for 4, breathe out for 4, hold our breath for 4, breathe in for 4, hold our breath for 4, breathe out for 4, hold our breath for 4, breathe in for 4. And you do that in a box. And it's a really powerful technique to calm yourself down. It's perfect for doing if you have lots of thoughts, lots of stress. If you wake up at night, I do this sometimes. It's one of the few techniques that I actually use. I generally don't like manipulating the breath, but I prefer having it just happen by itself. But it can be really useful for calming yourself down. So we'll listen to a program on my... Let's see if I can... I have to reset this. We'll listen to a program on my telephone that does sounds to signify when you're breathing in and out, and I'll first repeat them for you so you can understand what it's saying, and then after that we'll sit for another 13 minutes without the breathing, and you can just sit by yourself, and you'll find that it's quite nice to have done a breathing exercise and then sit by yourself, because you have a special awareness that comes from manipulating your breath that can be very nice. And I think this will be one of the last times we do box breathing, and the next time we'll try out something else. I haven't decided what that will be, but there's a few different techniques we can do that are interesting to try. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Thank you as always. Really nice sitting. Ooh. I'll check about Sunday if it's possible to make it work. If so, I hope to see as many of you as possible there. It's always fun with the conversations where we get to talk to each other face to face rather than just through chat. Well, I get to talk to you, but you don't get to talk to me, so it's much more fun when I can actually talk to you and see your faces at the same time. I enjoy that a lot. I'll send that on the Discord app, and hopefully I'll see you on Sunday. Thank you, and I wish you a really pleasant weekend, and I am looking forward to seeing you on Monday again. Thank you.